This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
The gun control debate in the United States has been here a long time. It is often not had in good faith, especially related to Republicans. If I was to criticize the left, if I was to criticize liberals, if I was to criticize Democrats, and I'm one, I would say that too often they are not educated about the topic that they are debating. For instance, talking about automatic weapons when they really mean little things matter in these debates. But that's about it. I think Democrats enter into these debates in good faith. They want to make the streets safer. They want to make children safer in their schools. They may not know the ins and outs of the grain of gunpowder in a casing. They might not know rates of velocity, feet per second. They might not know all this. But they know the end result of gun violence is death and destruction and mayhem. And Republicans don't enter into good faith arguments. They want to wave their flags and put on their fake patriotism on parade. They want to act like they love the country, and they want to hug the flag, and they want to talk about military service. And that leads us to where we are today. Dana Loesch used to be a spokeswoman for the NRA. She used to host a little show on NRA TV that is since, I believe, defunct. She's a real charlatan, a grifter of the highest order. It's good that she doesn't have the public platform that she used to have, because we don't see her too much. But I'm going to play a clip here of Dana Loesch, where she is doing the very thing we see them do time after time after time, which is speaking in jingoistic, nationalist type of terms to act as though there's no other choice but to allow 18-year-old people in America to own weapons. They can't drink a beer. They can't do many things because they're only 21 years old. But they need to have instant access to weapons of war to carry into their local Subway to get a sandwich. Watch this disgusting moment from Dana Loesch. I keep wanting to, it's not Dana Bash from CNN, it's Dana Loesch from the NRA. Watch this.
I heard a remark earlier today from Jerry Nadler. Actually, I wanted to make sure I get it accurate, because this is going to make you mad. And I want to make sure I get you mad honestly, for the right reasons. You know, Jerry Nadler, because they're debating in the House right now. There's like 6 different gun control bills in the House. There's 3 in the Senate. Senate reconvenes on June 6th. They're going to have debate right now, all day today. They've been talking about the Protecting Our Kids Act. One of those things includes raising the age of purchase. I'll get to Nadler in a minute. Here's why I oppose that. I oppose that. My son had to sign a draft card when he turned 18. He had to pledge his life under penalty of jail to the United States government that he would fight and die in any foreign soil, on any foreign soil, in any war that our politicians cook up. I will fight you to the death on this. No, from this mom. If my son can serve in the military, my son can own a gun. If your daughter can serve in the military, your daughter can own a gun.
The word "can" in this little diatribe is really doing a lot of heavy lifting. As someone who did serve his country in the United States Marine Corps for many years, there's a difference between being able to serve. If my son can serve, then he should be able to own a weapon of war. Your son's not serving, Dana Loesch. Your husband didn't serve, Dana Loesch. Your daughters, your children, they're not serving. You did not serve. There's a difference between signing up for selective service, the draft, and having the possibility which is never going to happen in your lifetime, of being drafted. You can serve, doesn't mean you should be able to own a weapon of war in a civilian setting. Because let me tell you, while I didn't own the weapon that was issued me in the United States Marine Corps, I did possess it. But I didn't take it home with me. It was stored in an armory in a safe, secure environment. I wasn't carrying it to the local Subway to munch on a sandwich. There are rules, there are regulations, there are limitations to these rights. And the fact that you're 18 and you can serve doesn't mean you should be able to possess a weapon of war. And again, once again, I will tell you that the AR-15 and AR-15 style weaponry is almost identical to the M16A2 weapon of war that is used in the military. Velocity, feet per second, the damage that it does to the victim, all of that. The reason it is used by the military is because the reason it has such ubiquity is because of the damage that it inflicts upon its victim. It is an efficient warfighting tool, a weapon to administer death long range. It is not to strap to your back as some kind of a weekend warrior douchebag going to his local Walmart. Or for an 18-year-old dumbass to walk into a school and slaughter 19 kids and 2 adults. 38 people, by the way, were shot in Uvalde. Some are still in intensive care. But Dana Loesch is going to fight you to the death on this. Fight me to the death over whether or not her 18-year-old, who's not in the military, should be able to just own this weapon of war. She's going to fight you to the death about that. The fact that he has to wait 3 years to become a fully realized adult in our society, to go into casinos, to drink alcohol. Because I would assume, if this is her position, that she will also advocate for 18-year-olds to buy cigarettes and to drink and to enjoy all of the privileges afforded us as 21-year plus people in this country. But no, she wants to talk about weapons of war on the streets of America, while piles of dead children and their blood cry out for justice, cry out for something to be done by our leaders. She's going to fight you to the death. Gross. I'd love to know what you think. Please, you can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. You can mix it up with me on social media. I am at Dollemore, just about everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Twitter is a good time. TikTok's becoming a good time. Anyway, if I am your flavor of political commentator, if I give the kind of analysis that sparks in you conversation, or if you disagree but you appreciate the openness to new ideas and making our country a better place, please consider supporting my work. You can click the join button below this video, become a channel member for as little as $1.99 a month. Pennies a day. You can help support my work, help move the conversation forward, and produce what I do here. Click the join button below, become a channel member, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Both those are great ways to help support what I do right here. The other way is you could buy some merch. We are attending the Poor People's Campaign, Poor People's and Low-Wage Workers March on Washington here in June, the middle of June, and I had some t-shirts made up in support of that. Poverty is a public policy choice is one, and fight poverty, not the Poor, which is a design that I absolutely love. Every purchase goes a long way to help support what we do here. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.